Conversation is an element that conveys our self-expression as well as our cultural differences. For some of us, this is an everyday occurrence. For others, it introduces their lives to new worlds and adventures. Our first guest has found a way to combine both those elements into his everyday life. Continue watching and see if this philosophy can become part of your philosophy. This producer took a journey to share his life with us here at the Arroyo channel. I'm ready to converse with him and learn what those travels are about. I give you Jesse Estevez.
Kevin, thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
So, just starting off from the beginning, what's your history?
Well, you know, when I first wanted to do a talk show, I actually started from my kitchen table. Here in Upland, California.
Really?
From my kitchen table. The green room was my living room. And that's where I started. I had a dream that I wanted to be a host, and I thought this is a great way to start and begin, and I did. And I had my guests come in and sit there in the sofa until they were ready to come in, and that's how I began, from my kitchen table. We had a red ribbon, ceremony, and from there it's just like, it just came together.
You weren't using like ladles as microphones?
No, we just using my phone and just that's it, man. 2 chairs, the phone. And that was it, really.
Oh, that's cool. That's
yes,
cool.
Yes.
So through all that, how'd you hear about Pasadena Media?
You know, a friend of mine, she had actually her show here, and so she said, "Hey, Jesse, I don't remember her name."
Oh,
yes, I'm so sorry. Yes. And she says, "You should come down and take the orientation." Mm-hmm. So I did, and so when I came, I met Jared. I signed in, and I was like, "Wow, really intrigued with what he was saying." And so when he gave us the tour, and of course this was the last room that we were, that we came into, right. It just basically, when I walked in, I mean, I knew right there and then that this is where I wanted to be, and this is where I wanted to produce my shows, and Everyday Life Latino Talk. Now, to having it 2 years now, people get to, now they know the show, now they know the name. And so here at Pasadena Media, it just gave me that extra, that incentive that you guys give, the training, the hands-on work. Wow. I mean, you just can't beat that. So I'm grateful for that.
You gotta give you Pasadena Media. So you kind of jumped right in and produced a show right out the gate. So
I did.
In about a minute, so what were some of your biggest challenges or fears, if there weren't any?
Well, I did have fears at the beginning. Even though the hands-on training was great, there was some fears as to how to be a producer, how to host it. But you guys gave us that that extra confidence in us and how to produce. And through the training that we received here, I mean, it was phenomenal. For me, it was like my first show. I remember, I was like off the wall, man. I was like all over the place. And they said, hey, you just read the teleprompt, take it easy, you'll be fine. But other than that, after that, I just came into my own. Yeah. I had some guests in, and they loved being here. And it was just a great experience. And here I am today, sharing my story, sharing what Pasadena Media has done for me and for my advancement in media telecommunications.
Ooh, cool. I mean, from the kitchen table to the studio.
And I used to travel to people's homes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I traveled to people's homes to do interviews.
Wow.
So I would, do them in the garage, in the living room, in their kitchen, in their porch, wherever they wanted to do the interview. That's where, the farthest I went was San Diego, and I interviewed a young lady who was in a beauty pageant. And she gave a nice story, and I put it, I streamed it live, and it was such a beautiful, inspiring story. I might have her back sometime in July.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, we're going to look a little bit more into Everyday Latino Talk by checking out this roll in.
Great. All absolutely. Right. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jesse Estevez, your host of Everyday Life.
I always say I was a vato loco, but I wasn't stupid. So I heard these stories and I listened and I started the process. Do I really want to be toothless, fingerless, missing an eye, bullet holes. Do I really want that?
Right.
And it was there that I started to think, and I believe God, through His Spirit, started to get a hold of me and speaking to me and saying, hey, man, you can be a different person. You don't have to live like that.
What was it like when you held your first grandbaby in your arms?
It's almost indescribable. My oldest grandson is 9 and he lives in San Diego. And so when my husband and I were on the plane to go and see him, he was less than 3 months, I think, probably a month old. For the entire plane trip, I was, like a bundle of nerves because I just couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. And for the longest time, I didn't think any of the kids were going to have any kids, so it was just like, And I remember coming out of the airport, and my stepdaughter and son-in-law were waiting for us, and I could see her down the sidewalk, and okay.
It's okay.
Getting a little emotional.
It's fine.
I dropped my roller bag and just ran over to her and just hugged them both. She was holding him and just hugged them both. And it's just, there's no feeling quite like it.
I was given a tour of the studio. And as I entered the recording studio, I saw the stage, the cameras, and the lights, and my eyes began to tear up. I looked around the studio silently, and I told myself that I would produce and host my own talk shows here at Pasadena Media.
So what was your goal in creating the show and the title?
A friend of mine gave me that show, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I was looking for a title, and she says, well, who are you going to interview? And I said, well, Everyday Life People. She says, well, there's the name of your show. And she said, Everyday Life. And then and then I added Latino. So Everyday Life Latino Talk, that's how it evolved.
That's great. That's great.
Yes.
So, what are some of the things you're looking to bring about through your show?
Well, my purpose and my goal is to bring in people of all walks of life, and them that want to share their story, them that want to share their passion and their love. Those that will inspire somebody, and perhaps somebody that will watching it will be inspired and say, gosh, I can do that, with hard work and dedication, and where she came from, where he came from, those are the things that inspire people, and I guess, motivate them to take that next step and that next level.
Cool. Now your first show was, I remember that one. It was basically with
Three grandmothers.
Hip hop grandmas.
The hip hop grandma.
How'd they come about?
That I wanted to do something, funny, something where I would have somebody in there dancing and stuff. So I came up with the topic of, the hip hop grandmothers. So I talked to a few of them, and she said, yeah, we'd love to do it. And as you saw in the piece there, that was Sheila. She was one of my grandmothers. She got kind of, teary-eyed and emotional because she dropped her bags and went after her grandkid at the airport. And that's what my show's about. It's about emotions, about feelings, about being real, and just getting prepared every show to ask great questions, and so that they can answer and feel right at home.
Cool.
Yes.
And I noticed that following your footsteps, you got your son with you, he's like a future
My nephew,
cameraman,
yes,
hopefully.
actually, yes. He's behind the scenes with me. He has directed a few episodes that I've done out in the field, and he loves it. And whenever I come to the studio, he says, "Oh, damn, we're leaving." Like today, he wanted to come with me and say, "I'm ready, let's go." So yes. So heads up for Ponchito. Yes.
That's cool. All right.
Yes.
Well, cool. What are you looking to do next?
Well, I've learned so much how to produce, how to be. Now I have my own. In June, I'll be launching my own LA Talk Radio Latino radio talk show here in LA.
Sweet.
I have 3 funny, hilarious hosts that are going to come with me and be on the show. We start the second week of June, and that's here in Chatsworth at LA Talk Radio. I've already talked to them, already spoke to them. We had a production meeting last weekend. They're excited to start, and of course, my name on my air personality name is Handsome Latino, so it fits. They're just kidding. And we have a gentleman by the name of Bubba, Bubba Morales.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have Sally, who's a 411. And I actually interviewed her here. She's the manager for the Impulse Band. and Stephanie, my niece, who is going to come and she's going to share the gossip, what's happening in the entertainment business, things like that. So it should be fun. It's for an hour. It's in the evening. What we want to do with that show is just bring a light and happiness and laughter to our audience.
Well, that's cool. You're bringing in a lot of layers.
Yes, I am. And through Pasadena Media is how I got that experience to do this. And I'm really grateful and thankful for that.
Oh, we're happy about that.
Well, thank you so much, yes.
And we look forward to you coming back and staying in touch and letting us know the impact that
yes, absolutely. It's been great. And I know that the community's ready for this. And they're asking, hey, when's the next show on over in Pasadena? And we want to be in the audience. So I have a show tomorrow. I have an audience. The Allegations, the band Allegations will be my guest. And they're ready and they're happy to be here.
All right. Well, if you're looking for something to do, come on down and be part of Jesse's guests on the show.
Yes.
So when we come back, we will touch base and be looking forward to talking to our next guest, who's one of our interns, and we'll talk about the international impact it has.
Great. Awesome.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hi, we're Troop 4601, and we are watching the Arroyo channel.
What is a Kiwanian?
Someone like you who makes lasting change in the lives of children as part of an international service club.
The Kiwanis Club of Pasadena has been making an impact right here for 99 years.
If you care about kids in our community, then yes, you should be a Kiwanian.
We sponsor youth service leadership programs, award scholarships to local students,
Serve a monthly dinner to displaced families, and pack food for needy school kids for the weekend, to name a few of our programs.
Be part of change in our community.
Be a Kiwanian.
Find us on Facebook at Kiwanis Pasadena or KiwanisClubPasadena.org. Join Kiwanis today.
Cam Camp returns to Pasadena Media this June. This hands-on training program focuses on both in the control room and on the studio floor. From directing to floor managing, check out our week of classes at pasadenamedia.org/cam-camp or give us a call. See you there.
Pasadena Media has an intern program that has garnered an eclectic group of individuals. It surprises me when they come from wherever, and more so how it relates to those who grew up on the other side of this planet. I was speaking of one of our newest interns, Janine Pajsert.
You almost got it, though. You almost got it.
Nobody can get it this week.
No, that's true.
So,
Nobody's getting it.
What's your background and where are you from originally?
So I'm from Germany, and my background is in media communications. That's what I study in Germany. But I'm currently doing an exchange year. So I'm studying at the University of Mannheim back home. But right now I'm at Cal State LA. So yeah, that's how I ended up in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what have you done so far, and what are the shows that you worked on, and some of the things that you've done?
I've been on the news wrap a couple times. I've done all the trainings, and I've been interning here since Monday. So I've been on Impact. Yeah, we did Impact twice, and that was cool. So now I'm here.
All right. So would you say your degree was in?
Media and Communication Studies.
So you find that the training here is pretty much in line with what you're.
Yeah, I started doing the trainings in March, I think, and I at the same time I started a studio production class at my university here. So it was kind of, I had the lighting class here, and then I had the lighting introduction there, and I was like, I know how that works.
You
so I know how that works.
That you take
yeah. So I got 100% of that class because of this stuff here. That was cool.
Good. The importance of the hands-on training, because in college you're pretty much in books and everything.
Yeah, we do get hands-on experience, especially at Cal State LA. We don't do that as much in Germany because it's like the classes are slightly different. It's more academic in Germany, or like you have like a lecture hall with a few hundred people in there sometimes, and we talk about scientific methods, but we don't really get to do it ourselves. But at Cal State LA, I did get to do it myself. However, there were 12 people in the lab. So when I did the lighting introduction here, we were only 2. So I actually got to move everything around myself. And compared to that, like with 12 people, I didn't even get to touch the lights during that time. Yeah. So.
Okay. So you're finding the training here is pretty much on par with what you get in school, huh?
Yeah.
But even better because you get to be on TV too.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the school over in Germany. Tell me a little bit more about that and how they've got public access TV in Germany, right?
Oh, yes, right.
Well, that's a whole thing. Please.
Actually, I said I study in Mannheim, right? But we have like the river, and on the other side, there's the city Ludwigshafen. And that city is actually the sister city of Pasadena, which I didn't find out until like a few days ago. But it's really funny because it's the city with the biggest access channel in all of Germany.
Wow.
And I think it's also the first one. And at my university, I'm in the film club, and that film club has like a cooperation with that access channel.
Oh, really?
So we have a show there, like students from my university and trainees at that at the access channel. We have a show called Bermuda Shots Kurzfilmmagazin.
One more time.
It means Bermuda Shots Kurzfilmmagazin, which basically is like Bermuda Shots.
Bermuda Shorts.
Yeah, Bermuda Shots.
Okay.
Kurzfilm is like the short movie. Magazine is just magazine. So since we have like 3 big cities, that's the Bermuda Triangle. Shorts for the short movies, and then the magazine because we like go around and have a look at new upcoming filmmakers in the region and interview them.
All right.
Yeah, I've been hosting that for 2 years before coming here.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at some of your work overseas.
Yeah.
Take it, guys.
Hinter jedem Kurzfilm steckt eine Geschichte. Wir zeigen diese Geschichte. Von Malte, Vincent, Nils und Ella. Von Annabel, Jasmin und Sarah. Und von vielen anderen.
Eine Sache, die ich schon immer mal wissen wollte.
So explain that short there, that segment.
That's a clip that we actually got to show in the cinemas as a trailer.
Oh, wow.
So in the local cinemas to get like people to come to us to maybe join or just have a look at the open access channel. And we produced that with the, so what they say is actually every short has a history. And we're going to tell that history, and then we introduce those people, those fictional people, because that's actually the crew of the Bermuda Shots. I was on the dolly.
Yeah, I saw
saw
that.
me.
Cool.
The person at the end that kind of represents us as like the hosts, approaching people that produce stuff and asking them like, how do you produce stuff? Like, why do you do it? And just the whole behind the scenes kind of thing.
Wow.
And yeah.
That's really interesting because that's a way of advertising, and it would be really nice if we could do the same thing here. We have so many theaters. It'd be nice if we could do a little segment and put a hint to the administration. But that's really cool. So, are you looking right now to actually do a show?
I don't know if I can do that as an intern.
You can
I
do
guess,
that.
yeah.
Yes, you can do
Okay, yeah. Then I would very much like that too. Yeah.
Have at it. You got a great crew here. You got a lot of people to come in. Oh, she's ticking.
I have to think about what
look
I
at
do
it.
then.
You can see that on the wide. You like see the gears and cogs turning. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Good.
Yeah.
So, what would you, being that so you're going back? Are you coming back after you go back?
I don't know yet. Maybe
well, we
someday.
Hope you do. Make sure that when you go back there, you let them know about us. And
yeah, I mean.
.org, which means we're international. We can get that international feel. That's what I was talking about, the impact.
Yeah.
So Do they know about us over there yet?
I don't think so. I mean, I've told my friends that work on the Bermuda shots, but we should reach out to the head of the open access channel there.
Get something going
yeah,
here.
I mean, Pasadena is the sister city of Ludwigshafen.
pipeline.
They've been helping each other for
And you just found out,
quite some
that
time.
we have,
it's pretty
have
cool.
the secret access there. You're like, oh, I didn't know that was here. Well,
Yeah, no, I actually looked it up, and apparently after World War II, Pasadena citizens helped build up Ludwigshafen again, because only about 20% of the city was inhabitable. They didn't have like food, they didn't have blankets or whatever, so Pasadena citizens just send their personal stuff over to help those people out. So
See,
yeah.
Pasadena having that international impact once again. Gotta love it here. Gotta love it. All right, we're getting ready to go to a break, but when we come back, we'll be talking more with Janine about that international pipeline we got going here.
Oh, man.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them?
I'm watching the Arroyo channel. Go see that. Do that.
Hello, I'm Alan Edson, the president of the Pasadena branch of the NAACP, chartered in 1919. We are celebrating our 100th anniversary. I'm inviting you to join us by becoming a member and supporting us to ensure the political, educational, social, and economical equality of rights of all persons and to eliminate racial discrimination. We encourage activism by both men and women of all ages because your lives matter. For more information, call the number on the screen or go to www.naacppasadena.org.
All right, we're back. Here talking with one of our interns, Janine, originally from Germany.
Yeah.
So we were talking during the break, so you were saying there's differences. I was going to ask you before, so what do you think about us, as in U.S. and everything? How long have you been here?
Since August last year.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, so less than a year. Okay.
I'm only going to be here for this year, so.
All right, so what do you think about us nice little friendly offbeat Americans here?
Yeah, I like you. Yeah, you're very polite, and no, seriously, in Germany, people kind of come across as rude often because we don't do this whole small talk thing. There's basically no small talk. Also on the workplace, which is completely different here, which I'm noticing right now because I'm interning here, is you guys just have like these small talk, like you just ask how are you, and then you talk about your weekend. In Germany, it's like, get this done, see you later.
Are you saying
that's
lollygag
America? No, I like the atmosphere working here.
Yeah, it's a friendly atmosphere. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
We make the most out of it, We have to deal with each other every day, so we try to deal with each other every day.
Yeah, well, but also people call each other by their first name really fast. Like in Germany, you can work with a person for years, and you don't call them by their first name. You still call them by the last name. Yeah, and then we also have like this the formal you. We also use that everywhere. So. Yeah, if I would meet you, I would have to use the formal you and call you by your last name, or that's like the polite way to do it. And then only after you offer me your first name and your the informal you, I can do that. Whoa. So it's a big thing.
So would I be considered Mr. Bruce or just Bruce?
Mr.
Mr. Okay.
Yeah.
And you would be Ms.
Well, I'm younger, so. Probably.
Oh,
but
really?
I would,
Would I be able to address you by your first name or your last name? Without
you would have to be the one to offer it to me.
How do I offer it? I just hello. I'd like
you
to offer
would
my
just
name.
no. You would be like, okay, we've worked together for like enough time. You can call me by the informal you.
Oh, wow.
That's really how you do it.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
We actually should institute a little bit of that around here.
Oh, well.
So some of your volunteering experiences that you've had in about a minute.
I really only worked on news wrap as a volunteer.
Jasmine, you want some Martinellis? You want to get in on this?
Janine? No?
Janine. I said Jasmine. I'm sorry about that. I haven't even had any yet, and it's not even alcohol, and I'm getting her name wrong already.
Which I really liked. Oh, there's a funny story. So
Okay.
I did, for my production in my class at Cal State LA, I did like a voiceover. And my professor, my audio professor, he was very nice. He led me to the recording studio, even though I'm an undergrad and they're only usually they only let graduate students in there. But there was a graduate student in there recording something. So I just heard the voice of somebody recording and I was like, oh my God, I know that voice. And then the student called him Barry and I was like, oh my God. And I took the mic and I was like, Barry, like, are you the Barry from Newswrap? He was like, yes, who's there? Because he was in the other room.
Oh, that's cool.
So apparently Barry from Newswrap, he teaches at Cal State LA.
Yeah.
I did not know that, and I met him
The
on
things you
accident.
find out just in the past couple of weeks has been amazing, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks again,
Oh,
Janine,
God,
and
yeah.
we look forward to you doing more around here. It's great to have you around here. You're a great personality, great
to be
fun.
here.
Yeah, it's great having you here. So thank you, and we'll see you as the close goes. That's all the time we have here on this episode of Arroyo Profiles. We hope it's been both informative and entertaining. And this is one of our training programs where the television equipment is operated by volunteers and interns as we speak, with a little coaching from our staff to make sure they get the most out of their training. So if you're interested in learning more, you can find Pasadena Media through all the usual social media platforms. And tonight we're also broadcasting on
Twitch.
There you go, Twitch. Yeah. So as you have already heard, we offer training to anyone interested in production. So whether you're interested in pushing buttons, pushing your point of view, or pushing the envelope, it all starts with an orientation and tour. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the Arroyo channel. All right.